Alternatively, you don't have to even leave home to open door B. It's the door to your big box as conveniently delivered to you by Big Box Storage, loaded at your leisure, and it'll then be picked up for accessible indoor storing. Call today and receive free.
Home means you'll really use it. It's fast, fun, and effective. This 55-344-4144 today. Hi, I'm Jane King, and thank you for watching. This show is all about public, private, and blockchain companies. We bring you the innovators behind the companies making the headlines in that space. Some are sponsored, some are invited, all are curated and focused on telling you, the viewers, their story. Here we go. Well, the cannabis industry is growing, but along with that comes some questions about revenue and being able to account for all the data that's involved in the industry. So with me is CEO Brad Moore. He is the head of global cannabis applications to explain what their product does and how it addresses some of these issues in the cannabis industry. So great to have you back, Brad.
Thanks for having me, Jane. Nice to see you again.
So, let's just start with kind of your technology and what it does for the cannabis industry, and then we'll get into some more details about what you've done for other companies lately.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks. Once again, we're always excited to have the opportunity to talk to, interested parties and shareholders, and mostly important growers, because this product is really about consumers, right, and better efficacy. So we've developed what we call, and it's patent pending, a seed-to-seed solution. And so we track everything from gram to the consumer all the way back again, using 5 interlocking technologies, including blockchain, machine learning, and mobile technologies, and some other cool stuff.
Now, you recently had a deal with Agricasa. So explain what that deal is and what you're doing it for them.
Yeah, so that was exciting. They're actually a very big company. They're the largest CBD producer out of Europe, right? And so they produce CBD, and they put in a whole range of products. And there's a line between CBD and medical cannabis, because one has THC and one doesn't. And over there, it's a foodstuff. And once again, that's the one that's easiest to move across the borders in Europe, as it is in the United States. Right? Not in Canada, you can move medical cannabis across provincial lines. But what's really interesting about that is when we talked to them, they said, we need to build consumer trust. We want consumers to understand. And that's what it boiled down to. So our QR codes are going on everything, tracking every step of the process of their development, all the way from biomass growing, all the way to whether it's a lipstick or any other cosmetic problem. Our QR codes will be on there, and it's going to be for the consumers. Now, they do 120 million grams a year of CBD. I mean, they're massive, right? And because we're dealing with the liquid component, we're only actually doing a small beta of 2 million grams, but that's $400,000 of revenue for the company. It's quite exciting for us.
So now tell me again, like from a consumer's point of view, what all information can they get from your QR codes?
Everything. And it's no different. The QR code and I think it's important to say, it's like you don't need a special app to use it. You just need a smartphone. And you hold that product up and you put it on, and it shows you everything that was involved with making the product that got registered, tested to on the blockchain. And that's just a fancy way of saying, you know what, if this was the lab result, if this is what time the lights went on, the pH level, and who handled it all the way through to from cultivation to consumption, all that gets registered. What's exciting though is if you like the product as consumer, we're going to work with you as a consumer to download the app, and then what you can do yourself is actually put your experience. And that's not being done anywhere. What we're doing now, we're attaching a consumer experience to the growth of a product on a per gram basis, and then looking at it collectively with using machine learning is it's huge, right? Especially when you start making medical claims, medicinal claims.
Right. And so there's an Israeli company that you've been working with, Blessed is the name of it?
Yeah, Blessed Cultivation, yeah.
So how is that significant in kind of a use case scenario for your technology?
Well, I think it's a couple of things. So first of all, Bless was actually our first revenue, and we did that deal in the last quarter last year, and obviously because of what was going on with COVID and the lockdowns, Israel was very rigid about that stuff. We pushed that revenue, so we'll happily tell everybody, even though it's a small amount, we're announcing that into that's going to be showing up in our first quarter for Q1 2021, and so that's a big deal, as you know, right? Because now we're not just an idea or a concept or an MVP, minimal viable product. We're a revenue producing company, and I think that's critical to say to everybody. What we're doing for Bless, specifically for them, they're a medical cannabis company, so they're actually using those attestations on the blockchain of their growing as a compliance tool for their regulators. So they can say, hey, instead of me filing through and showing you what time the lights went on by this guy, we can show it to you in real time.
Yeah. So this is really, even though it's not a huge moneymaker, it's a proof of concept.
It totally is. And then when you look at CBD agriculture, now we're well into the revenue stream, right? We have a very aggressive goal of 32 million grams. That 2 million grams, well, it's 2.5 including Bless. It's a good start to the year, right? And I think, in the context of the COVID world, it's, we're going up in the right direction. And so we're really excited about the opportunities that are in front of us.
Mm-hmm. And then I was reading this article on Bloomberg about Canopy Growth, of course, huge Canadian cannabis company.
Yes.
But there were some questions about compliance from the Canada health authorities. Explain that situation, how your technology may be able to prevent those situations from happening.
Well, look, I think that's an ongoing issue, but I think it's the one thing, that it was reported in Bloomberg, so we can all safely say that there's some accuracy in the information. Look, if you've attested to everything that you've done in the lab results and you say what it is and you put it on the blockchain and consumers can see that, it's very hard for somebody to lodge a complaint. So really what I'm saying for companies, growers, if you want transparency and trust, it's a very simple step just to using our system. Those problems don't arise. I don't want to be so bold to say, like, that's the whole reason. We started about efficacy, but at efficacy, the way you get there is through consistency. Consistency and transparency and consistency creates the trust. So if the consumer's happy, and you can see it, you can see the development of the product from cultivation to retail all the way through, Jane, no problems. These issues don't arise with people that use our software.
Yeah, and it seems like that is where we're headed. The consumers want more information about the sourcing of products, the health of products, all of that. So that's something you address.
I think so, and I think if it's a challenge that one of the largest cannabis companies in the world can run into, mm-hmm. and we see that, we can see how we would, we prevent those issues. I can't see why every medical cannabis and CBD producer in the world isn't knocking on our doors right now.
Okay.
Start knocking, I'm here.
You're ready to answer. So thank you, Brad, so much for joining us. Appreciate the update, and I'm sure we'll have more as the year goes on.
Thank you so much.
Haelixa is a people-first digital organization that seeks to humanize care by developing and deploying simplified solutions to complex global challenges. So with me to explain exactly what all that means is CEO Ian Parker. Welcome, Ian. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
A lot of changes since we spoke, including a name change for the company. So Haelixa is the new name. Can you kind of explain what's behind the name change?
Sure. So the name Haelixa is reflective of all of our healing technologies, health tech and fintech, that are essential to our very diverse customer base. Last time we were on the show, we discussed our digital care ecosystem, which includes National Medical Group, one of the most scalable virtual care platforms on the marketplace, and the National Digital Pharmacy footprint. What we have yet to discuss, and what we're going to discuss more today, is the financial technology assets and how they fit hand in glove with the health tech assets. That's why we changed the name. It really kind of speaks to all of our healing technologies and not just a segment of them.
Okay. Yeah, because the old name was Carry Health, so that kind of implied just health, but this also includes financial health and all kinds of other things. So hence the name change. Okay. So is the digital healthcare ecosystem then still a part of this, or still the same as what we discussed?
Yes. So the core care environment that we previously discussed has not changed at all. In fact, it's been enhanced by the fintech assets that we're building into the ecosystem. Over the last 12 months or so, we've built and compiled a complete care ecosystem, 50-state medical group, virtual care, digital pharmacy, and now we add on to that the virtual remote patient monitoring piece, and we also add on the fintech solutions. We're going to continuously improve that care environment into perpetuity. And the goal here, right, is to give not just episodic care, but to give the patient a complete continuum of care when they come into the ecosystem.
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think we talked last time about how the financial part of healthcare is stressful. It's expensive, and it's a lot of paperwork and, follow up, and it takes time. And so this encompasses all of that to kind of be more of a holistic approach.
That's right. That's right. And I mean, that's how you can really start to see how the health tech side and the fintech side start to marry up. A good example of that is a program that we're going to be launching here soon. So I'm happy to sort of disclose that today as to what we're planning to do here in the very near future. But if you take the e-wallet that we have, so the proprietary e-wallet, and you combine that into the care ecosystem that we have, what we can now do because of that, because we have the e-wallet, I can now go verify your identity. I can capture your personal information. And now I can go and search all available social programs and help you find the assistance that you need to get an overall care environment for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's an important point, is health care isn't just physical care. It encompasses a lot of different things.
That's right. And that's it's a very important point, and it's one that we focused on in terms of building out an entire care continuum. So as we discussed before, we want to go beyond episodic care. So if you look at, let's take an example. Somebody comes into our care ecosystem and they have a mental health issue. And that person, let's say, suffers from depression. And the root cause of that depression is, let's say they're worried about putting food on the table, or they're worried about housing, or they're worried about healthcare, or they're worried about affording their medication. In our healing environment, the provider can do more than just say, well, have you thought about looking for aid? Have you thought about going out into the market, into the internet, and trying to find something that might help you? Now that same clinician can say, well, have you downloaded the social safety net program? Why don't you download the program? Let the program do the work for you. Let's go see what kind of help is out there for you. And now you can see how the fintech and the health tech marry up to create this overall healing environment for the patient.
Okay. I mean, very important and really not addressed enough, I think, in society is all that. So what's the next big thing then for Haelixa?
I think there's a couple of them. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot that's coming here, and I think people need to keep their eyes on our releases to stay up on them in the near future. But the two big ones, the remote patient monitoring is going to be super important. That what the remote patient monitoring does, it allows us to expand the type of specialties we have on the platform. So we have a broader continuum of care. And it also allows us to expand the virtual therapies that we can prescribe through the digital pharmacy. That works directly through the phone, right? I think we spoke about this a little bit last time. These are super powerful devices nowadays. This camera on the phone, I can now use this camera on the phone by just having you look into the camera. I can now pick up your heart rate, your blood pressure, your oxygen rate, your cardiac workload, just to name a few. And I can report that instantly back to the clinician. So when you take a look at what that allows us to do and how it allows us to expand that digital environment, you're talking about a really robust care environment. And then we're also starting to link up voice activation devices. You've seen a lot of those proliferate through the marketplace. And as we link those to all of these other things that we have going, inside of the ecosystem, it really allows you to stay away from the high cost points of care, the hospital, the office, the doctor's office, and manage your condition digitally.
Okay, I mean, it's amazing what technology has done for us. So, okay, so before we go, Ian, anything you want to add?
I guess the one thing I would add is that no one person can put this type of incredible offering together. It took an exceptional team of people to put this together, and they've worked tirelessly to do that. They've worked exhaustively to do that. I guess it's this old adage on Wall Street that don't bet on the horses, bet on the jockeys. And we've got the best jockeys here. So people should take notice, and now's the time to start looking at us.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Ian, for coming. And I'm sure we'll get updates as the year goes on what Haelixa is doing.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Look forward to coming back.
NativeCoin is an Ethereum blockchain cryptocurrency designed to modernize the Native American casino. NativeCoin is unique within the cryptocurrency space because of its roots and Native American values. So with me to explain a little bit more and about a partnership, we've got Randy Williams, the president of NativeCoin, and also Crypto Wendy, crypto influencer, event host, swing trader, all-around person. So, Randy, let's start with you. Just remind us again about NativeCoin and give me the basic mission of the business.
Well, the basic mission is to create a currency that all of the tribes can use. We certainly want to see the markets of the tribes expand. And so, this is a unique opportunity for them to be able to create currency and have their own currency, which will, of course, be an influencer when it comes to moving product and moving things around for them. And of course, the casinos at some point will incorporate this, and we're really excited about that. So, that's where we're at today.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then Wendy, tell me a little bit about, just give us a background who you are and what you do.
So I do a lot of different things in the space. I've got a YouTube channel. I do a lot of media, a lot of educational content. But my real mission in crypto is to kind of bring everybody together and kind of root for the underdogs, because I grew up very poor. And what I also do in the space, if I see a project that kind of resonates with helping others, then I want to get involved. I want to help. And one of the great things about NativeCoin is that my daughter, she is Native American from her father's side. And it's important for me as a mother to, kind of teach my daughter about her culture and, some of the background. And if I can, have a partnership with NativeCoin and help them reach the target audience that they need to reach and get those people, excited about crypto, and then also talk to my daughter about, hey, this is what mommy is doing. This is why it's important, and kind of educate her about her ancestors and, some people from, her past that she may not know. My job as a mother is complete.
Yeah, well, that's great. There's a business and personal connection here. So that's great. So now, how did you find and partner with NativeCoin?
Well, we've talked a little bit on Twitter. Twitter is a great place for networking. If you are watching this and you're interested about crypto, regardless of what your background is, a great way to get started in crypto is just to get on Twitter, get on maybe even TikTok, some social media platforms, and just kind of start talking to different folks. And I guarantee you, if you come across Native Token and you send them a DM on Twitter or on Telegram, if you join their community, I'm sure you'll have someone from the team respond to you and answer some questions for you.
Now, Randy, tell me a little bit. I talked to some of the folks at NativeCoin a month or so ago. Any updates? I know there was talk about some more partnerships, listing on it. Just kind of give me an update of where you're at right now.
Well, we're real excited because there are some things that are happening. Of course, I can't share them all now because we haven't firmed them all up, but there are some very important aspects of the business that we're moving forward. One is the ATM machine. The ATM is going to be a crypto machine, of course, cryptocurrency. And so we hope to place that in all of the casinos and around the United States, actually. And so that's going to be a real exciting aspect of the business that we hope will move us forward into an era of cryptocurrency for tribes and for just about anybody who wants to participate. So, that's a real exciting part of the business model that we're creating now.
Mm-hmm. And I remember in talking in the past, this is a coin that can be used for customers as well, like tourists that are coming to the casino. They can use it. It will be used in the ecosystem as well. So it's got a lot of different uses. Yeah,
it's a multi-use token, of course, because let's just use tribes for an example. An artisan could sell their product in Germany and receive the payment in the cryptocurrency, in a native coin. And so, that creates a whole new open market for the artisans, especially. There's so many applications that are going to be used by the cryptocurrency and by native coin that, it's just a beginning. It's blossoming.
Yeah, no, it's very interesting. And I think one of the most interesting uses of cryptocurrency that I've seen with all these interviews that I've done. So how can somebody find out more about NativeCoin? And then Wendy will come back to you with how they can follow you as well. So Randy first.
Well, they can of course go on nativecoin.com and find out more about the currency. And it's all about people like Wendy and you supporting the advance of the cryptocurrency, and that creates the advance of native coin, of course, because we're all tied to the cryptocurrency market. And so, it's very important for us to have people out there who are just sort of implementing and talking about cryptocurrency in particular in a native coin.
Okay, thank you so much, Wendy and Randy, for joining us with the update, and I'm sure I will talk to you again soon.
Hey, thank you. Nice talking to you again.
Epilo Health Systems is a digital healthcare company that uses artificial intelligence, machine learning, and blockchain to help people live healthier lifestyles. So to tell us more about Epilo Health Systems is CEO Asif Shah. And we're also going to talk a little bit about your partnership with Dr. Singh and his company. So let's start with you, Mr. Shah. Just tell me about Epilo. Bring me up to date.
Thank you so much, Jane, for the question. Epilo Health Systems is a digital healthcare company based in Europe. We are aimed at transforming the medical technology landscape by incorporating the best of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and blockchain in digital healthcare applications. At Epilo Health Systems, we want to help everyone lead a healthier and safer lifestyle every day through products and services that connect, automate, disrupt, and bring innovation to the digital health landscape. We are working on products and features to empower people to be healthier with the information, assistance, and connections they need to act on their health. We are developing technology solutions and deep insights to enable care teams to deliver better, faster, and more connected care. And we are exploring the use of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and blockchain to assist critical care and wellness in predicting drug-food and drug-drug interactions, thereby preventing adverse drug effects and increasing the efficiency of pills and much more technology around the pill.
Well, I know that's a really big deal, some of these interactions. Yeah. How do drug, food, and drug interactions decrease the efficiency of the treatment?
Yeah, so the foods that we consume, along with the drugs that we are prescribed to take for therapeutic benefits, the drugs that we take, they interact in many ways. Those interactions can be minor and can be as major as adverse drug events. So undesirable pharmacological effects in a consumer of prescription drugs are often triggered by the drug interactions either amongst themselves or with the food that the consumer intakes, thereby causing millions of unwanted interactions in home settings and unsupervised non-clinical settings. Now, a doctor may make you aware about a few of the interactions that happens with your drug internally or with the foods that you consume. The doctor is not a machine. There is a lot of literature and a lot of things that are going in your body when you co-administer a drug and a food constituent. Analogous to drug products, food is also a mixture of different chemical entities endowed with a determinable structure and specific reactive molecules. The food that we eat and the prescription drugs that we consume, they both interact inside your body, positive or negative. Interaction can be minor to notice or pay attention on day-to-day basis, dose-to-dose basis, or as major as resulting in adverse drug effects. Mm-hmm. An adverse drug event is an injury resulting from these medical interventions relating to this drug. These includes medication errors, adverse drug reactions, and allergic reactions, and overdoses, and thereby leading to inefficiency of the medicines that you're taking.
So what are digital therapeutics? And tell us more about Epilo's digital therapeutics and how it prevents that.
Yeah. So digital therapeutics are patient-facing software applications or devices, or a combination of both, that help patients treat, prevent, or manage a disease or symptom or a condition. Now, digital therapeutics can really support the patients in self-managing their symptoms or adding benefits to their current therapy, and thereby improving their quality of life and other clinical endpoints. Epilo's product and solution offering, named as Interx, is a digital therapeutic device that aids the population in preventing undesired drug-food interactions and drug-drug interactions in unsupervised home settings.
And then finally, Dr. Singh, how is Epilo going to solve the existential security and safety concerns about healthcare data storage?
In the current scenarios, the healthcare organizations are facing the serious problems in sharing medical information among different stakeholders without sacrificing the privacy integrity of information to store and share a large volume of sensitive and personal identifiable information, but it's called PII, securely, is an important issue, actually.
Well, very interesting to hear how technology can play a role in making healthcare more efficient and make people healthier. So thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Singh, and also Asif Shah for joining us today and explaining that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I've been at Fox Business for 12 years because I'm invested in my viewers big time. There are smart people on Wall Street making money off all of this. Why can't you? We care about your success, and we want to be a part of it.
Fox Business, invested in you.
Hello, I'm William Shatner, and you may not know this about me, but years ago, I was diagnosed with a sleep disorder. And like millions of others, I was prescribed sleep equipment. Did you know sleep equipment manufacturers recommend daily cleaning? That's why I use SoClean 2. It's the perfect complement to my daily routine, and it's hassle-free. SoClean 2 is fast and easy. It keeps my sleep equipment fresh every day without the need for disassembly. To keep the immune system strong, we should do everything we can to ensure a good night's sleep, including using the SoClean 2 daily to keep sleep equipment fresh. Try SoClean 2 risk-free for 30 nights. Order now and get $100 off. SoClean 2 is so fast and gives you peace of mind that that your sleep equipment is fresh each time you use it. Call the number on your screen or go to SoClean2.com to take advantage of this risk-free trial and get $100 off. Call now.
Hello, my friend Pat Boone here for Safe Step Walk-In Tub. Listen, for years, one of my greatest pleasures has been relaxing in my walk-in tub. And I'm excited to tell you that Safe Step has actually found a way to take your bathing and showering experience to a whole new level with their new hybrid tub. It's the luxury and convenience of a shower and tub all in one package. The dual shower heads include a handheld shower wand and a large, luxurious rainfall shower head. Now you can finally enjoy the best of both worlds with the therapeutic benefits of a warm, soothing bath that can help increase mobility, relieve pain, boost energy, and improve sleep. Or, if you prefer, you can take a safe, refreshing shower all in one amazing product.
Call today and receive $1,500 off the purchase of your new Safe Step Walk-In Tub. Call 1-800-903-9006.